Amigas, welcome back. I'm Kelsey Cush, the Sativa Zebra, that's me, and I'm talking about, what am I talking about? Cannabis Hospitality, that's what I'm talking about. So this is like a really exciting new, I guess we could say industry that is coming out of like the cannabis field, and I'm really excited about it because it kind of blends two things. So the first thing is so are you smoking or are you consuming legally in Colorado? And the thing is that if you are renting and you are smoking in your apartment, you might not be legal. Like if your landlord is not comfortable with it or does not approve it, you are, not following the laws. Technically only legal if you are the owner of the premises or if the owner gives you permission. So like if you own your house, you're good. Or if you're in your friend's house and they own their house, good. But technically if you are like renting, you're kind of in this gray area. And it has a lot of problems because until previously, there weren't really, there were a couple places that were working around the system, but there weren't places for, people who rent or who. So the other thing is like if you come to Colorado and you're a tourist and you're staying in a hotel and you are eating your edible or smoking or anything, once again, technically you are violating the law if the hotel does not express that they are okay with cannabis consumption. And then also it's kind of like this tricky thing because you don't really want to go up to the front desk and be like, hey, can I have your permission to eat my edible? Like nobody wants to do that. So I'm sure most people are just eating them anyways. And yeah, it has been this really weird gray area that Colorado's been trying to solve. So with opening up hospitality areas, it's helping to fix that. There are now hotels that are becoming certified smoker areas or 420 friendly areas, and so that way you can go to that hotel and you don't have to worry about it because they do everything by the books, by the laws, and you're good, you can smoke there. Now they're just becoming official. Now there's a process that you can go to become an official licensed hospitality business. The other benefit is that we've been to a couple different ones. So I've been to one that was more of a marketed itself as more of a club, as a not high society, but just kind of more of that club environment. You paid, you go there for a couple hours on a Friday or Saturday, and that's kind of it. And those ones are great if you're just using this for fun and you just want to hang out with your friends. But if you're a renter and you're trying you're trying to do things legally, you can't really do that. So I went to another one that was more of just it was a very low fee. They had it was really cheap, honestly, and it was catered more of a, you can come here every single day, it's gonna be cheap no matter what. And it was for the people who are renting or for some reason can't smoke in their house or smoke in their apartment. So it was kind of catered to that. And that one was actually, I really enjoyed that lounge because it was just so much more friendly. Everyone was there just having a good time. So people were playing cards. Somebody was watching TV in the daytime TV. And so it was just I don't know, it ended up being really friendly and a really good, I'm really glad we went there. Yeah, I would say I had more fun there than I did at the other lounge. Hospitality has become a whole new industry. So there are caterers kind of coming out. One thing that I've been really interested in, because I love all things feminine and florally and all of that, is I cannabis weddings. I am super excited about that. There's actually a cannabis wedding expo in Denver, and I think they had to postpone it, but I'm really excited because I really want to go to it. So hopefully we're all good by then, or who knows. But yeah, so they're having cannabis wedding expos. You can get into cannabis catering. There are probably gonna have to be cannabis wedding venues. It's gonna become this huge whole thing. And it's really exciting because it's kind of this element that we really don't know how big it's gonna get. I don't know. I think it would be fun to have like, I don't know, just cannabis everything. Yeah, it's still the very beginning of the cannabis industry in this phase for the hospitality businesses. And it also makes it a little bit easier because, going back to like the tourism video, when I went onto the websites to see what hotels, the tourism companies didn't put what hotel, like the name of the hotel was. They didn't put that on there. And I'm sure like you could figure it out with a quick Google search, but it was kind of like a little snaky. So I'm kind of excited that the state's coming in and then like having this like official license, just so that it makes it a little bit easier for people to figure out like which hotels are smoker friendly and which ones are like allow consumption. Although I feel like, I mean, as I feel like most companies, it should be like edibles are whatever, and well, I don't know. We get into a gray area. But the other benefit that I really, am looking forward to for the cannabis hospitality side, and I haven't really seen it yet, so I'm hoping, we can get that started or something, is like a cannabis hospitality that also like helps teach people. Like there's so much to know about cannabis and its uses. So I think it'd be fun if you could go to a place and like they could teach you like here's how to grow and here's how to turn that into a concentrate and like here's how to know how to properly dose your stuff if you're making edibles and just kind of like that friendly like environment. And then if you just want to chill, like you can also just chill. But yeah, so the hospitality and the tourism are kind of two really budding industries. Yeah, in this state. Like Colorado made it legal in 2020. So now it's kind of like because of the coronavirus, everything's kind of stalled. But I feel like it's gonna become, it's gonna be getting everywhere. Like Denver already has a couple of places, and I think Colorado Springs has like one or two places too. But I think we're gonna start seeing it expanding to other locations. And yeah, like I don't know. I guess it's just exciting to know that I don't know what we're gonna see from cannabis, like cannabis hospitality. They also have those. I think in like California is kind of where things are. I feel like California is kind of where things start, which sucks. Sometimes I wish, like I don't know, like yeah, Colorado has been legal longer, but I feel like that's kind of it. That's our only claim. Unless you guys know something and I'm just too high to remember it. Might be the case. You never know. Oh, they finally chilled. I think I like the cannabis hospitality. I'm more excited about that than the cannabis tourism. And I kind of want to see like, a melding of the two, actually, because this is actually something that my husband informed me of, is that, so like there has been an uptick of like ER related like visits because of cannabis, and every single time, or at least the like vast majority, it is because of out of state visitors or people who are not regular consumers, and so they have an edible, they don't know what to do, they take too much, and then they have to go to the hospital because they start freaking out. Which like that's why it's important to like to ask questions or like to read or do a little bit of research before you come to like and like start using. But I understand not everybody does it. So like I just kind of would like to see some sort of fusion of that, so that out of state visitors, tourists, whatever, when they're staying at these places, like they have informed staff who can be like, okay, like you know how to make sure you understand how to dose right, and you understand that if you take 10 milligrams, you might not fill it for up to 2 hours depending on the edible, your body chemistry, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of, I'm hoping, yeah, I guess that's just what I'm looking forward to, is seeing that becoming more like the fusion of these two. And yeah, I'm really excited. The last time we went up to Boulder, like I wasn't able to, or I mean I was able to, I just didn't have the time, and we just went a different route. But like we ended up just staying at a regular hotel, which I mean thankfully we did not stay in the hotel very often. I was like, we were walking around a lot and driving around, and it worked out. but I really hope next time we can stay in like an actual cannabis hotel, because I have heard that they are just like real fun. I've heard that it's kind of like bring your own cannabis, so you have to bring, you know, the flower, the edibles, your oils, whatever you want to use. But like they will have, you know, bongs and rigs and like dab rigs and everything set up for you, or like you can rent them out. Oh, and this is like, I have experienced this. So one thing that's becoming like more and more of a thing are dab bars, which I have been to several dab bars, and they are so fun. Like, it's really weird too, because I don't know, at least for me, I still, whenever I dab or I'm getting high, it's still kind of like at the most there's maybe 4 people around me. Like at the most, I think that's about it. I'm kind of a loner, guys. Like I've been to a couple parties where I've gotten to like party with people and smoking weed, but typically 99% of the time it is just like me and maybe 3 other people. Let me get a little high because I want. But yeah, so for the dab bars, it's really fun because they have people who like, so most of them are like electronic rigs, so you don't have to use a butane like torch or anything. But like the ones that I have been to were all run by the same company, and it was pretty much just you go up to this table. There were these people behind the table. You would choose, like they had this little display of like all of their waxes, and you could just like choose one and be like, oh yeah, that one looks good, and they would like pick it up and you could smell it and be like, yeah, like that's the one I want. Or you could ask them like, okay, well I want something more like this and like that, and like they would help you, and then they would scoop up your dab for you, and like they clean the dab rig for each and every person. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what they did, but like I remember they did a thorough cleaning. You tell them how much of a dab. So I remember when the first time I went, I was smart, thankfully, and I knew that I was gonna be like getting real crazy. So I took like a really small dab, and like she was like, but don't you work in the industry? I'm like, yeah, but I was like, I've already been smoking a lot. I already took like an edible, like I know, and so I took a baby, like the tiniest dab possible. Well, maybe not possible, but like it was tiny, and you know did that, and it's still like I remember 2 minutes later I was like, what? Like ready to go. But yeah, so like that's something that's like now they have, like they have dabbing bartenders, like, you know, there's so many crazy ways you can get into this industry now. You know, when I was at like at one of, yes, again, at one of these like not a festival. What is it? I don't know. It was some sort of, it was weird. It was a whole bunch of things. It was like an art show, but it was also an awards ceremony, but it was also, well, like DIY your own art there, like so you could bring spray paints, and they were just letting people spray paint everywhere. Like it was just this whole big thing, and it was real. So it was really really fun. Like it was highly enjoyable. But so they had the bartenders, or so they had the dab tenders, is what we're gonna call them. But then they also had a guy who was like a legit bartender, who he was advertising for a yeah, I think it was like a cannabis like spirit line. So like you could get a mojito and there wasn't alcohol in it, but it was cannabis, so you would get high rather than drunk. And so yeah, this guy was like, like crazy shit. I wonder if I can find the video for that, because like if I'm gonna look for it for you guys. But yeah, so like I don't know, it's just really fun and it's really exciting, and if you have a chance, most like of the magazines put out tickets. They're pretty affordable. So if you have a chance to go to like, you know, High Times or like the Rhino, or I don't know, there's so many other places, but like you need to go at least once just to experience it because it's so much fun. And yeah, that's kind of it on Cannabis Hospitality. Now we're just getting into like fun personal stories, but we have things to do because I guess we have to be an adult. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this. What do you guys want to see me talk about next? I can talk about cannabis industry stuff or other questions you have, just like let me know. I'll make videos about it and then we just vibe together. Let me know down below in the comments or wherever the comments are, let me know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a super marvelous day that is just filled with love and kindness and just like all the like little things of luck. Like you find $1 in your pocket and you know, just all of that. And we're in this together. Love you guys. Bye.